Hello and welcome to the NS9 Postgame Show, powered by Primanti Bros. I'm Cody. That's Neil. The Pirates won a baseball game, Neil.
Finally.
Finally. Make sure you get those hashtag raise it in the comments. We are giving away 4, say it with me, Neil, 4 sandwiches today.
Yes, we are.
Robert Goulet pitched phenomenally today. I mean, Paul Skenes.
Yeah. Paul Skenes loves sandwiches.
He does. He loves sandwiches.
Sorry, go ahead.
He wants to give the meat to the people.
He loves being in fashion magazines, and he loves Primanti Brothers. He's a man of the people.
Absolutely. Well, before we go any further, we got to do some business here. BetOnline is the world's most trusted betting platform and your number one source for all of your sports betting action. The Final Four is upon us, and BetOnline has more ways to stay in on the action with the latest odds, news, scores, even live in-game betting while the games are being played. With the largest selection of odds on everything from college basketball to MLB, NHL, and UFC, and even the Kentucky Derby and NFL season futures are ready for you to bet. In between games, head over to BetOnline Casino with all the top Vegas-style games, including poker and live casino. I assume that's slots. BetOnline, the game starts here, and the game started, Neil, with the Pirates, doing what they usually do on offense, just 1, 2, 3 out of the inning.
Yeah,
but it got better.
Yep, it did.
It got better.
I mean, it wasn't 1, 2, 3, was it?
I honestly, this brain doesn't remember.
Oneil Cruz singled, Tommy Pham walked, and then Jack Suwinski struck out. It wasn't quite 1, 2, 3, but it also wasn't what you wanted to see.
It felt like it.
Yeah,
it felt like it. It didn't feel great.
Listen, like Cruz barely got a single, like exit velocity of 80 miles an hour. Like it was very slow. But hey, it's better than what it usually is.
Yeah, true. Cruz, I thought did fine today. I mean, he's been better. Like he's been one of the better people on this team. I know there are some people that want to keep giving him crap for looking lazy or whatever. I think last night they said it on the post game, and I think it was the best way to put it, is that sometimes he's trying to do too much. He's in a position where he's not familiar, and he's hesitant, but also he's like, I need to be able to do this. So you got to give Oneil Cruz credit when it's due. 26 consecutive stolen bases for him dating back to April 26th last year. Phenomenal work on the base paths from him. And then he gets a home run today.
Yeah, just crazy power. Like, it looked very casual, just lofting that ball to the opposite field and going over the fence. Like, and I tweeted it out earlier. I'm going to say it again. If Oneil Cruz being lazy means that he's the league leader in steals and he's going to OPS in the 900s, I want all my players to be lazy because that's the type of ball player I want. Like,
exactly.
I am so tired of us, like, just people slandering one of the really few bright spots we have on this team. He's a fun player to watch, and I am so happy for him right now.
I agree with you. I'm also happy for Oneil Cruz. There are times where I'm watching him and I'm like, what's he doing? But they said it last night. I think it was Donardo that brought it up. Like, he's put in a spot where he doesn't really know what he's doing. So it's not gonna look natural. And that's fine because he's just doing what he's asked, and he's still excelling.
And here's the thing about last night. That was last night's game, but like the lazy criticisms were coming from him catching a ball, turning around, and then almost gunning someone out at second base.
Yeah.
The problem is he's just so naturally talented. Like, he's tall. He's got he's not like the most natural physique, and he just has a cannon of an arm. So like him doing his normal thing might look lazy, but like that's just him being him. So like I said, yeah, like I will take this if this is lazy. That's all I'm gonna say.
I think it just comes down to jealousy, Neil. I think
Yeah.
people are jealous that Oneil Cruz has more talent in his pinky than they have in their whole bodies.
I'd agree with that. Yeah.
So we'll
Like
move on a
Oneil
bit
Cruz.
to right. Oneil Cruz is great. So we'll move on to the star of the show today. As I said, Robert Goulet, aka Paul Skenes.
Yeah.
Great day today, but it got started slow. Didn't get his first strikeout until the third inning. But he ended up having 7 innings pitched, I think 6 strikeouts.
Mm-hmm.
Didn't give up a run. It wasn't an earned run, but there was a run scored. No walks. Neil, what do you take away from Paul Skenes' performance today?
Paul Skenes is absurdly good.
Right?
Like it's honestly just kind of crazy because he was only really throwing 2 pitches today for the most part. Like his fastball and his splinker were like 70%, if not more, of what he was throwing today. And he was just mixing everything else in to keep him honest. And it's just so good.
Mm-hmm.
Hitters can't touch this guy. Like the stat line, I don't even think does it justice. Like, you look at 7 innings, 3 hits, no walks, 6 strikeouts. Like that is honestly pedestrian for Paul Skenes when we talk about like his best starts. But no, he was so good today. He was, I mean, again, like this is like Paul Skenes not striking everyone out and he's still not being hit. I love him so much.
And I mean, I'll be honest, through the first 2 2/3 innings of this game, I was ready to be like, man, I think he's taking a step back. I think he's not as dominant as we thought he was.
Mm-hmm.
And then boom, he strikes out the last man in the third, comes back and strikes out. I believe he struck out 3 in the fourth also. They said something about his last three outs were strikeouts. So I assume that's what it was. But yeah, he just came back and he was like, hey, Cody Coleman, shut the hell up. And I was like, all right, I'll sit back and watch the show.
Well, it's funny because honestly, at some point I was like after his first start, like the beginning to the start, I'm like, if there's like one criticism I have is that like it feels like he's trying to be too cute around the strike zone. And I was like, just blow it by him. And then he must have like read my thought and said, okay, I'll watch this. And then he went an extremely efficient 7 innings. I mean, 102 pitches. He finished up the third. I think he finished up the 6th inning with less than 90 pitches. Like, it's exactly what you want to see from your ace.
Right. And you bring up efficiency. We look at the dope meter. He brought up his strike to pitches thrown efficiency up from last game. Last game, he threw 68% of his pitches for strikes. Today was 70%.
Mm-hmm.
He's going to just continue to build that number up, I think. Like, as the year goes on, he's going to realize, okay, I can just throw this ball in the zone and no one's going to touch it.
Yeah. And, like, that's honestly what sets him apart. Like, a lot of pitchers have, like, knockout stuff, and no one quite has his splinker. But Paul Skenes' control, his ability just to pepper the zone with strikes and just not let hitters touch him is really what sets him apart, I think. And, like he really limited the hard contact today, only 4 hard hit balls over 7 innings, 13 whiffs today. Like he's an ace and we're going to start running out of ways to praise him.
I agree. And I can't wait to run out of ways to praise him because he not that I want to not praise him. I just want to repeat myself is what I mean by that. Like, I hope that I'm repeating myself often when it comes to Paul Skenes. But yeah, the 7 innings, I think it was coming out of the 6th, he had 87 pitches. And I was on Twitter. I think I saw Jason Mackey, like he was like begging Derek Shelton to put him in for the 7th. Shelton listens, puts him in. Great decision by Derek Shelton. And
your words, not mine.
That was a great decision to keep your ace on the mound. How could that not be a great decision? Not that he made a lot of good decisions, but we agreed before this show started, before we got on air.
Yeah.
Neil and I agreed it's too early to debate about about Derek Shelton. We're not going to do it.
Yeah. But I'll extend
Neil
you the olive
pisses
branch.
me off.
I'll extend you the olive branch. Him bringing in Holderman was a bad decision. There's your little dopamine hit for the day, Paul. But it was a bad decision, and so I'm glad we can both kind of come across the aisle a little bit.
Right, a little bipartisanship here.
Yeah, that's what this country needs.
But no, let's get into that. The decision to bring Holderman in. I think a lot of people were like, no, please, no, don't do it. Don't put this guy in the game. And then he gets put in the game. I believe he started out getting an out, but then he gave up that single that ended up being a run scored. And it was just like, oh, man, here we go. Like, we thought we were in a perfect spot to win this game, and you brought in the one guy that was going to kill it. Luckily, Derek Shelton had a short hook on Colin Holderman.
Yeah. Luckily, he did, because I think it's a problem we've been seeing throughout the year. Like, he has stuff that looks really good when you grade it out. As a numbers guy, like, he has like the really good plus stuff. Like, objectively, they're good pitches, but does it feel like to you like he just can't miss a bat when he needs it?
Yeah, because like he started out very good, and then it was like, all right, you need one more, and then he, just couldn't get it, and you're like, whoa, like, buddy, you come in looking great, and then you just fall off fast.
Yeah, like I think it was when the runner was at third, and he's sitting there against who was it? I think he's sitting. Johnny LeDuc is up to bat, and we're at a runner on third, and I'm just like, you gotta strike him out here. You need a strikeout, and he gives up the contact. Don't think it was even like it was a hard hit ball, and he could not get the out, and so he got rightfully hooked after that. And I think that's been Holderman's big problem, is that he just cannot miss the bats with the stuff that he has, which it doesn't. He should be able to. I don't quite get how he isn't.
And that's what people said about David Bednar too, right? Like he has the stuff. Like his stuff is good. It's just it's finding bats too, and it just can't happen. And it's unfortunate because when you watch both of them, more so David Bednar, when you watch David Bednar pitch, you're like, that's a good ball. Like he's throwing good pitches, but he's getting found out, and that'll happen. That'll happen throughout your career. As you get older, as people see you more, you're going to get found out. And I think that's what we're seeing with both of these guys.
Yeah. And, would not have brought him in. Borucki saved him. But one more
Return of the King, baby.
Yeah, return of the King. I guess one more thing about Holderman is that he's really got to knock off these leadoff walks.
Yeah, it's tough.
The leadoff
that's
walks
what it was. It was a walk, not a – okay.
Yeah, it's all good. But
I told you, this brain.
The leadoff walks are asking for trouble. And every time he walks someone like that, like, oh boy, here we go again, thing sets in. And we were kind of right today. Luckily, Shelton gets him out of there. He doesn't leave him in too long. But yeah, this time, I think he's doing what I thought Paul Skenes was doing. He's fussing around the zone. It's almost like he's scared to pitch into the zone. And I'm not going to psychoanalyze him. I'm not going to say that's actually what's going on, but that's what it looks like.
Yeah, no, I felt that, especially felt that with Skenes. Like he was scared to go into the zone. But yeah, you're right. You're right about that with Holderman too. But the King returns. The King saves the 8th inning. All hail the King, King Borucki. That was a sight for sore eyes there. After the hook, you're like, who are they going to bring in? And they bring in the fan favorite, and he gets the job done.
I was a little worried. Yeah, they brought him in against the righty, and he froze. Who did he strike out? He froze. He really froze Curtis Mead there. I mean,
yeah,
that was exactly what you wanted to see. And Borucki's been good. Really, I don't think he's given up a run yet this year. Outside of like his cameo on opening day where he looked a little shaky, he still hasn't given up a run. He's been great.
Yeah, Borucki is so far one of the most valuable players out of the bullpen. Love having him in there. Fan favorite. He's just the guy.
Yeah,
he's the man.
I love my one pitch relievers. Like what's coming and you still can't stop it.
Exactly.
Love it.
Can't beat that. And then we go on to the 9th. Denny Santana comes in. Everybody's been wanting it. They want him to be the closer. Well, here it is. Gets a shot. And that was a bit shaky.
Yeah.
Towards the end there. You're the
He
one that
wasn't
told me. I was
missing-
like, we're getting
yeah.
out of this. You're like, hold your breath, because my stream was behind.
I mean, honestly, I was just holding my breath because I was just expecting it. Like, not because of anything Santana's been doing. I'm just like, I don't trust this bullpen worth it. Like, but
Right.
he really, I think the only criticism I can levy is that he just wasn't missing bats today either. Like a lot of guys were just kept wasting pitches, and he didn't give up much hard contact. Like, he really limited it, but like his slider and his fastball just were not really missing bats as much as you would like. And I think, you need strikeouts as a reliever, but I don't even care. We needed a win, and Dennis Santana came in and finished the job, and I thank him for it.
Yeah, we went to Denny's and we got the grand slam. That's how I see it.
I don't think that's how baseball. I don't think we won a grand slam, but yeah, you're right.
Well, that's how Ryan Reynolds sees baseball.
That's I don't think it's Dennis Santana's version of the Ryan Reynolds sketch.
But no, the
Have you
pitching.
seen baseball before?
Right. The pitching overall today, I gave it a A- performance. The one not so good part was Holderman almost blowing it, but you got to give it an A-.
Holderman was the one kid in the group project who didn't do anything but still gets an A. Like,
right, exactly. Shout out to our guy Penn. Tree scored first and started season resurgence. Never forget. Thank you for that, Penn. And so yeah, let's just remind everybody, hashtag raise it in the comments. We're giving away 4 sandwiches. Make sure you do that. Also, if you want to use the emojis in the chat, I know Jim has been using them in here. I'm sure some others who are members on YouTube have. If you want to use those, if you want to get access to videos early, go ahead and become a member. It's only 99 cents. It's great. It's awesome. You get fun stuff. But if you want to contribute a little more, we also have a Patreon. You can see that in the description below. If you want to support us a little more, you don't have to. We appreciate doing this for you guys anyway. We're happy to be here. Yeah. But anyway, Neil, let's get into the offense. Who to you was the difference maker on offense today?
I mean, it was Oneil Cruz.
Okay.
I mean, for me, 100%. The power knocked in 2 runs, kept stealing bases. I mean, Adam Frazier keeps inexplicably hitting.
Right.
But it's Cruz, 100%. He was the best player on the field today.
Yeah, no, I was player. Obviously Cruz was the best out there statistically, but Frazier, as much as everybody's like, why is Adam Frazier here? I'm like, this dude had 2 hits today, had an RBI, he gets on base. How can you be mad at that? I don't think anybody is.
No.
But that's a guy who's contributing, and we need that. We've been missing that from a lot of these guys. So outside of the obvious of Cruz, I think Frazier had a really good game, and he's been doing well so far this season. The first 2
he's handled second well. I was a little worried.
Yeah.
I'm always a little worried, like when guys get older and the athletic stuff starts to decline, but he's been real solid at second. And yeah, I mean, he's kind of doing what Nick Gonzalez was doing, where whenever we needed a single with the runner in scoring position, Frazier's been there so far. He did it again today. 2 hits. I mean, I'm a huge batting average guy, but he's hitting 263, and man, do we need guys who just get on base.
Right. Like, yeah, batting average isn't that huge of a stat anymore because people pay more attention to OPS. But like, when you got a team who doesn't hit the ball, you're going to be like, who's got a better average? Who's got that number? Because when everything else sucks, you got to look for what's good.
Yeah, I think it was Steela who tweeted it out today that said, like, we've had like 2 hits all year from the leadoff spot.
Yeah.
And he got 2 hits today. So we were already doubling our average. So
love it. So we talked about Cruz. Tommy Pham, another guy who's just getting on base. He drew 2 walks today. That's a guy who everybody's like, we don't need him on this team. I'm in that camp, but the guy gets on base.
Yeah. No, I agree. And again, at this point, this is what we need. We need guys who can get on and call it. And because when they get on, we're letting them run wild on the base pass. You cause chaos. Good things happen.
Yeah, exactly.
We thought the middle infield was going to be the worst part of the team, and so far it's been it's been better.
Right, and there's 2 stolen bases today, one by Cruz and one by Pham, and like you just said, you gotta wreak havoc on the base paths. Like, it feels like we're in a spot, or the Pirates are in a spot where they're desperate to play small ball, and when you're successfully stealing
Yeah.
bases, you're gonna have a better time at scoring playing small ball. So, glad we could see that the stealing approach and the being aggressive on the base paths, it's working. Anything else offensively you want to highlight here?
I just feel bad for Brian Hayes. I think he's been
Yes.
the unluckiest hitter in baseball this year.
I
He
agree.
destroyed baseball today. He got a triple out of it,
Yeah, the triple was
but
great.
he
That's the
deserved
one I
more
was
than
like, "Let's go."
yeah. But like I keep buying back into Brian Hayes. I don't know what it is about him, but like I keep buying in, and it's stuff like this where I keep believing because he hit the ball hard 3 times today. I think he had a one hit that really should have gone. I think he hit one to right field. It was like a 2% chance that the guy catch it.
It was, yeah.
And so like it really stinks that the results haven't come, but I genuinely believe the results are going to come. Like out of all the hitters, like he really feels like he is going to be actually productive with the bat this year if this continues.
Yeah, and I agree, and there was a little clip of him from the Marlins series after a hard hit ball that got caught. He was going in the
Mhm,
dugout, and he smacked, like, he showed a lot of emotion, and we know
mhm,
Brian Hayes is a guy that doesn't show a lot of emotion, but you can
mhm.
tell it's all building up and it's finally coming out. But like you just said, he's getting good wood on the ball. Like, he's hitting the ball. It's just going to the wrong spots. And
Yeah.
I just hope that he keeps being persistent and that he does not let this get to his head, because he is making great contact on the ball and he's
Mhm.
going to find a hole eventually. That catch in the outfield was ridiculous. Like you said,
Yeah.
2% chance to catch it. I hope that someone's in his ear saying, "You are doing everything right,"
Yeah.
and that he doesn't get discouraged.
You really hope that's what the coaching staff is telling him.
Yeah.
That this is you're doing it right. Please keep grinding, because if he starts changing things up, I'm going to be so upset. Like
Right.
please,
Yeah.
please do not do what they. And like I said on the post game, even if that means that you're not pulling the ball all the time, that's okay. I
Yeah.
just need you to feel comfortable at the plate, and I need you to keep hitting it into the air like you're doing, and good things will happen. So no, I can't believe I'm as happy as I am with a guy with an OPS at 500, but like
Right.
he does not deserve it, and I feel bad for him, and I hope he hits it against the Yankees.
Yeah, let's hope. I do want to point out one negative thing when it comes to the offense. There's many,
Yeah, well, yes, there
but
are many.
the one that stood out to me today is Jack Suwinski. He was one of those guys. I thought he was on the same track as Brian Hayes, right? Of he's hitting
Yeah,
hard hit balls. He's going to get the hits. He struck out, I think, 3 times today.
that's correct.
Yeah, he struck out 3 times. Some of them were looking, and sometimes he was swinging the bat and just couldn't even foul a ball off. I don't know if it's the batter's eye, he can't see the ball.
Mhm.
I don't know what's going on, but that it's very discouraging. It's a guy that I thought it his stock was rising, and now it's plummeting because I don't know that he can
Yeah,
see the ball.
ever since he got the home run robbed by Conine Griffin, I think
hmm
it's been
Griffin
it's been
Coma, Griffin
Griffin
Conine.
Conine. Okay, nice. I got it mixed up. At least I pronounced it right. But
Yes, you did.
it's been brutal.
Yeah,
And today was probably his worst day. Um, but honestly, it's not good enough, especially with that defense. Like I thought Adam Frazier was going to kill Jack Suwinski on the field today.
right. Yeah, that was that pop up, right?
Yeah, where he
Yeah,
came in and collided with Frazier. Yeah, like his
not great
defense.
guys.
Yeah, his defense is he has to hit if he's going to be on this team because his defense just isn't good enough. And currently, he can't hit.
Yeah, he's just doing things that are gonna get him either put on the bench or sent back down. I don't even know how
Yeah,
many options he has left. So,
yeah, it's a good question, but like I know everyone's saying Bay's the guy who's going to go, and I'm not going to be mad if it is. But
I'm in that camp too.
we have an outfielder coming in with no options, and I feel like Jack Suwinski is going to be in those discussions.
Yeah, for sure. But yeah, don't want to talk too much more negative stuff. The only other thing I do want to bring up, Bryan Reynolds, and the reason he's been DHing a lot, something's wrong with his tricep. Why is he still playing?
Yeah.
I don't get it. I mean, I understand they don't really want to put Andrew McCutchen out in the field. From what I've learned over the past, at least last year, I don't know what it is this year. Kutch wants to play the field. I understand not wanting him to play because he's old, but Tommy Pham's also old. So, like, what are we doing?
I would say, I mean, it's a long season. I don't quite get why we aren't sitting him.
Right. Like why are
you
you prolong? Like, why are you letting there be a possibility that this injury gets worse?
I agree. And even if he can swing technically, it's clearly affecting him.
Right.
Like, so I don't quite understand it either. Maybe, and I can't imagine they send him for the home opener either. Like, they're going to want the best lineup possible out there.
Right.
But they also want, actually, that'll be a good question. What are they going to do with Kutch that day? Because there's no way they're sitting Kutch for the home opener either.
Yeah. What are you going to do, Shelton?
What is the mastermind cooking? Yeah.
Well, anyway, that was just something that's been rattling around in my mind of, like, sure, like Jim says in here, it's a tricep. Well, it's his tricep. It's you can say
I know it's a minor
tricep.
Injury.
It's a minor injury, but minor injuries can turn into major.
Yeah. And also, Kutch has been hitting well. Like, sit him for a couple of days, let him see if he gets better, and let Kutch hit. I don't know. Like,
right.
I love Ryan Reynolds, but like, I also don't want him hurting the team.
Right. I don't want him hurting the team. I don't want him to be hurt for a prolonged period of time. Like, just give him like a couple of days off. Give him 2 games off.
Yeah.
See if he feels better.
Yeah, I agree. 100%.
But anyway, get those hashtag Raisits in the comments on YouTube. We're going to be giving away 4 sandwiches here in just a few seconds. Anything else, Neil? Anything else you want to say? Give a shout out to, point out that you saw or heard during the game? Anything?
No. I'm glad we won, so we weren't sucked into 20 minutes of Derek Shell debate.
Yeah, if we would have lost, I would have said, "Yeah, no, we're going."
Yeah, if we lost, I was just gonna sit there. I'm like, oh no, here we go. But no, let's end up some sandwiches. But this is true.
I was gonna say, is this true?
It is true. That we've only been on. The Pirates have only won when I've been on post game. 2-1 record, baby.
Neil, looks like you gotta put some more on the workload there.
Unfortunately, I'm in Pittsburgh this weekend, so I will not be available. So I'm sorry when we get swept.
What do you mean not available? That's a perfect time to be available when you're in Pittsburgh. All right, folks. I didn't set this up completely, so give me 2 seconds, and we will do the giveaway. Window, where are we? Chrome tab. There we go. All right. Let's give away some sandwiches.
Let's give away some sandwiches.
93 people. Come on, I'm going to give you 10 more seconds. 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. I guess we're only getting 93. Let's draw our first winner. Let's see who it is. Sean Hooper. Sean, congrats. Sean, he supports us a lot. Thank you, sir.
Yeah.
And congrats.
Thank you.
Congrats on the sandwiches. Now, how do I get this to do another one? Do I just push the back tap? This is the one thing is like, oh no. It'll collect them automatically. It'll collect them automatically. Nobody has to re-enter, I'm pretty sure.
We run a tip-top operation.
Oh no, it didn't recollect. Oh no.
Oh.
This is something I'm gonna have to get used to, giving away 4 sandwiches to
All
2
right.
people. I did not see it. Did it say draw again? Am I stupid?
I didn't see it, but all right, drop those raisins. You have a better chance.
Drop them. I'll give you another minute.
Anymore.
I'll give you another minute. We're already up to 20, so. Oh no, I feel so bad.
That's right, Nathan. It's rigged.
I feel so bad. I'm so sorry. I honest to God didn't see where it said draw again. I guess we'll see it this time around, the second time.
It happens to the best of us.
All right, we're up to 36. If we can get this at least to 50, maybe 55. Got 43, 44. Top right corner. Well, the top right corner was blocked for me because I had my window. Oh no.
All right. We're at 46.
We're at 46. Get them, keep them coming, people. I'm so sorry. I am so sorry. All right. 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Got one in the last second. Oh, I see it now because I moved my window. Okay. That's my bad. Matthew Sable. Congrats, sir. Congratulations to our 2 winners. We appreciate you guys. Sorry for screwing up. That's nothing new here. Sorry about that. And
they don't have to reach out through like email or anything anymore, right? Like they just have to.
Well, yes, they'll have to reach out to us, however, wherever, but you have to give us your email so that we can send you an invite to download the Primanti Brothers app, where as soon as you download it, you will be given your 2 sandwiches. So,
okay.
It's a new process. No more mail. No more snail mail. We're not doing that anymore. We've come along with the times. We are giving you your sandwiches digitally now through the Primanti Brothers app. So yeah, those 2 winners, Matthew Sable and Sean, please just reach out to us however is most convenient for you. Give us your email and we'll send you that link. So let's get out of here, Neil. Since I already
let's go home.
Let's get out of here. Thank you, everybody. Congrats on the sandwiches. This last year, I didn't give out many. I think I may have given out 2 in one game.
I forgot that they didn't win any weekday home games.
Yeah, weekday home games.
Weekday day games. Like this didn't
day
happen.
games. Yeah, it just did not happen.
Yeah,
it was rough last year. So I'm glad that my first one this season, first day game this season, I get to give away sandwiches. So anyway,
hopefully my winning streak continues.
Let's hope. All right, folks, we're gonna get out of here. We have NS9 live tonight. May or may not have a special guest for about 15 minutes, but we'll see. That'll be at 9 o'clock tonight. Other than that, we won't have a post game for you until Friday. So enjoy. Neil, I assume that's why you're going to Pittsburgh.
That is correct. I will be present and I will be booing.
And again, I screwed up again. Not tonight. Tomorrow will be NS9 live with a possible special guest. I am so bad at this today.
You're doing great.
I'm doing awful. Anyway, I'll see you guys later. Have a good one,
guys.
Bye-bye.
All right, that wraps up this episode of North Shore 9. Thanks so much for tuning in. Whether you're listening on the podcast or catching us on YouTube, if you enjoyed the show, please give this video a thumbs up and don't forget to hit that subscribe button if you haven't already. It really helps us grow. And if you're listening on the podcast, a quick review goes a long way in helping others find the show. Plus, be sure to tell a friend about us. There's always room for more here in the NS9 community. And for those looking to support us a little more, consider joining our Patreon, become an MVP member, and get exclusive perks while helping us continue to bring you more of the Pirates content you love. Thanks again for all your support, and let's go Bucks.